Hello everybody and welcome again to another review video from Hatchet and Partworks Combat Patrol magazine. As I stated in the my last review video, I will be doing the combat reports for them, however some technical difficulties, so yeah, unfortunately just gonna have to bear with me. I do apologise. Anyway, let's get straight on with the show. So we got two Citadel paints today. We got a base Corax White shown here, and we got our lead Belcher. So on looking at the cover, we have a Primaris Marine Sergeant leading his troops into battle. Obviously, because we've only just have paints, basically these are just to finish our sort of like models that we do have. So starting with the Infernus Marines, lead Belcher for the Pyroblasters, and for the limited edition Sergeant for his canister. Moving on, they've got the Terminator Captain there. What's going to be filled in on him, and then our Librarian and Terminator armor. And then our work in progress, exactly showing you at the stage that we should be in now on this side of the magazine. So we've got just the Space Marines, no Tyranids, just the Space Marines need to work with the Corax White and the lead Belcher. So on our read page, Cult Mechanicus, just talking about the religious order Cult Mechanicus. This tech priesthood is responsible for keeping the Imperialist machines running under their stewardship. Science and innovation have been replaced by ritual and dogma. So I'll leave that there if anyone wants to have a read. The Omnissiah. The dogmatic faith of the Cult Mechanicus is devoted to the machine god, also known as the Omnissiah. This is a mysterious divine being whose influence is felt through technology and through the motive force that they believe drives all things. Most followers of the Cult Mechanicus regard the Emperor to be the Messiah, or at least a crucial vessel of the machine god's inevitable will. So we've got a Primaris Dreadnought there. Obviously there's going to be a Space Marine soon placed inside that. A fallen hero. So bioweaponry for the Tyranids. So we've got a Tyrannofex there. As it states there, Tyrannofexes are living tanks armed with huge bioweapons. I saw a read up there about them. I'll just zoom out a bit. Showing what kind of weapons these guys have, with our flesh borers for our Termagaunts, our Devourer, living ammunition, heavy venom cannon, and then our melee weapons like our Talons for the Von Ryan Leapers, Running Claw and Bone Sawn for our High Time. Into the Dark. I'll just scan that back up there again, zoom out a bit. So if anyone wants to read, you can pause it and have a read. So carries on there, and then a nice sort of like battle scenario there with the Terminators and the Gin Stealers. And then we move on to our play phases and objectives. Obviously going to be covering a bit more of this in the combat report, hopefully not too late. So we've got a map, terrain cards. We'll be using victory point tokens, marker objective, So our turn breakdown. So they're adding another turn in the sense of like our movement phase. Obviously our command phase is first. A battle round is made up two-player turns. Each player turn always follows the sequence below, starting with the command phase and ending with the end of the fight phase. Follow the sequence when playing your battles and double check you don't miss any key phases as you play. So we have covered these. We've covered our movement, we've covered our shooting, we've covered our charge, and we've covered our fight phase. And as it states there, player turn ends, but we have our new command phase at the top. In this phase, you have a chance to plan the rest of your turn. You'll score points from any objectives you control as determined by the mission you're playing. Additionally, some other events occur in this phase. You'll learn about them in future guides. So here's our objectives. Objective markers. Nearly every mission will instruct you to replace objective markers on the battlefield representing valuable territory that must be seized. These are represented by 40mm circles. This issue includes some number of objective markers which you can cut out and use in your games of Combat Patrol. So, showing us exactly how we do control these objectives. And now we're moving onto the data sheet. Their OC here has a score of 1. Every unit in Warhammer has an objective control characteristic. When 2 units are within 3 inches of the same objective, the players work out their level of control by adding the OC. Of all the models they have within 3 inches, the player with the highest score controls the objective. In this case of a tie, neither player controls the objective, as is shown here. So we've got 2 Termagants, and we've got the 3 Infernus Marines there. Explain that we have to keep track of our victory points. And objective secured, scenario 7. So we're getting, again, more models on this board. So Librarian, Captain Terminator Armor, and the Infernus Squad. Obviously the Infernus Squad there on an objective. Objective markers in the centre. And these Barbagons here also controlling on objective marker. Talk about our turns. Again, briefly going through it because this will be covered in the combat report. And then moving on to the Tyrannid's turn. So Space Marines would have gone first. Obviously, we're still using the Tyrannid terrain as well that they provided us back in some of the last magazines. Was it a Space Marine victory there with the Librarian Terminator Armor, or was it a victory and the Termagants are the poster boys for that? Anyway, victory points and tokens and objective markers, here they all are. So we need to cut these out, ready for our combat report when that actually gets around to it. And here we go. So, more minis. For 12 and 13, 2 parts, and we have 5 Terminators and 1 Teleport Homer. And that concludes issue 11 review. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please like, please subscribe, and any apologies if the combat reports are going to be coming later. Unfortunately, it's out of my control, but yeah, please stay with me, and I will promise you there will be amazing videos coming up very soon. I don't just have these Combat Patrol magazines, I am working on other things and other armies, so they'll be highlighted in more videos soon. And also terrain, how to make some very cheap terrain. Again, thanks all for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye for now.